I went to school for it. So,
Great.
yeah, I am a comms major at UConn. I worked for ESPN probably 2 years out of school around 2010, I think. Last year, I was working for ESPN calling the G League, the NBA G League games and the women's college basketball games. So this was a continuation of the work I had already started. A lot of people like probably like you, people don't even know that I was doing it before. And that's also to say how women's basketball, it's not as highlighted as other sports, like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are surprised about how big of a stand the women's league, the WNBA in general, is taking, and all the women in the WNBA were like, we're not surprised, we've been doing this, like, you know what I mean,
You
but
happen.
people
You
people
happen.
don't follow along as closely when it comes to women's basketball. So when they see things happening now, it's new to them. This is brand new, and for the WNBA, nothing's new with fighting injustice. Like you talked about in 2016, we were already wearing the shirts, and now
Right.
everybody's talking about the WNBA wearing shirts. Yeah, the WNBA has been doing this for a while, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm so thankful for the opportunities, because when I opted out, I opted out of my only job at the time. The pandemic had shut down pretty much everything. So that was that the WNBA was going to be my only source of income, and I opted out of it. So that was pretty alarming in a sense of, okay, what are we going to do now? But that's probably why my parents told me to pray about it, because as you see now, these blessings came in a WNBA weekly on NBA TV, and now I'm the host of TMZ Sports on TMZ. So it's kind of crazy, the host of Gen Z and Me. And it's crazy how all these things came about. And as you mentioned, Esports Extra, we filmed that weekly on Wednesdays, and then I call some NBA 2K games, and I'm like, what? So again, I don't. It's crazy that the blessings just came and fell on my lap. But when I opted out, I literally didn't know where my next check was going to come from.
I want to hear more about the esports. Because for one, I've been hearing that there's scholarships to play esports, like at
Wow.
colleges. Like there, it's almost like a collegiate professional sports program where
It
they have
is.
rankings and everything.
There's a lot going on in the esports world, and speaking of Morris Brown, we talked about it before we actually started talking, but Morris Brown actually has an esports certificate program just to get in your mindset of, like, you can actually be certified in esports. Like that's the thing now in school, like in college, just to show where esports is going. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, for me, somebody that was already calling games for the NBA and college, then it's kind of crazy to now call games virtual games like the NBA 2K. I'm like, it's a new world, but it's the same. So for me, it's the same. I'm still watching when I called the Lakers game on NBA 2K. It's still LeBron playing. It's still AD playing. So I'm like, all right, I guess it's pretty much the same, but it's just different. It's a different. It's the 21st century. I mean, things are different.
Who do you pattern your play-by-play um, after?
Oh, that's tough, because I watch a lot of film, and when I say I watch a lot of film, like when I watch a game, even if I'm going to watch these games tonight, I'm watching the games, but I'm also listening to the announcer. I'm also studying the players. I'm also seeing what kind of plays they run. So anytime I watch games, I enjoy them, but like I take a little bit from everything I watch.